Momotaro. In a small town surrounded by mountains and rivers, there lived an elderly couple. Mr. and Mrs. Tanaka had no children but lived happily in their cozy home. One sunny morning, Mrs. Tanaka went to the river to do laundry. As she hummed her favorite tune, she noticed something unusual floating toward her. It was a giant peach, glowing as if it had fallen straight from the sky. "What a beautiful peach," she exclaimed, carefully lifting it out of the water and bringing it home to share with Mr. Tanaka. When they cut the peach open, their jaws dropped. Inside was not a pit, but a baby boy. His cheeks were rosy, and his smile lit up the room. "He's a gift from the heavens," said Mrs. Tanaka with tears in her eyes. They named him Momotaro, meaning Peach Boy. Momotaro grew up quickly, becoming a smart, strong, and kind young man. He loved helping his neighbors and always stood up for what was right. But one day, the town was struck by terrible news. A group of bandits had been robbing nearby villages, and now they were threatening Momotaro's town. "These bandits hurt innocent people and take what doesn't belong to them," Momotaro said, clenching his fists. "Someone has to stop them." "But it's dangerous," cried Mrs. Tanaka. Mr. Tanaka nodded in agreement. "I'll be careful," Momotaro reassured them. "I can't just sit back and do nothing." Before he left, Mrs. Tanaka packed him some snacks, delicious kibidango, millet dumplings. "These will keep you strong," she said. On his way to the bandits' hideout, Momotaro met a stray dog. The dog looked hungry, so Momotaro offered him a dumpling. "Thank you, kind boy," said the dog. "What brings you here?" "I'm going to stop the bandits," Momotaro replied. "Then let me help," said the dog, wagging his tail. Later, Momotaro met a monkey swinging through the trees. The monkey was impressed by Momotaro's bravery and joined him after tasting a dumpling. Finally, a clever pheasant flew down from the sky. "You'll need my eyes to spot danger," said the pheasant, nibbling on a dumpling. Now, Momotaro had a team, a loyal dog, a clever monkey, and a sharp-eyed pheasant. When they reached the bandits' hideout, they found it heavily guarded. "Let's work together," said Momotaro, his heart racing. The pheasant soared into the sky, spotting the weakest point in the bandits' defenses. The monkey climbed silently over the walls to unlock the gate, and the dog barked loudly to distract the guards. Momotaro charged in with all his strength. The bandits fought back fiercely, but Momotaro and his friends were determined. The dog's sharp teeth, the monkey's quick reflexes, and the pheasant's swift attacks gave Momotaro the chance to confront the leader. "Why do you harm others?" Momotaro demanded. The bandit leader hesitated, then muttered, We had no choice. We've always been outcasts, and no one would help us." Momotaro paused, realizing the bandits weren't just villains, they were people who had lost their way. "You're wrong," he said firmly. "Stealing and hurting others will never make things better. If you truly want to change, return what you've taken and start helping others." The bandits, moved by his courage and compassion, agreed. They returned all the stolen goods and promised to change their ways. Momotaro and his friends returned home as heroes. The villagers cheered, not just because the bandits were defeated, but because Momotaro had shown everyone the power of kindness and teamwork. That evening, as the Tanakas sat around the dinner table, Mrs. Tanaka said, "You've grown into someone we're so proud of, Momotaro." "And I couldn't have done it without my friends," Momotaro replied, smiling at the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant. From that day on, the bandits worked to rebuild the villages they had harmed, proving that even the worst mistakes can be fixed with effort and sincerity.